Yo, what's up? What's up? Come on in. Let's huddle up. Let's huddle up. Come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in. If you're in here, I want you to get comfortable. Take a seat. Let's just huddle up for a few minutes. I'm Neil, founder of Reapproach, also your Reapproach coach. All right. We're just going to huddle up for a second. Before we get into our huddle, our topic for the day, let's just go over a couple of ground rules. All right. So, really, the one that I want to emphasize today is just be authentically yourself and just be honest. All right. So just be honest. Today we're gonna have some conversation. Give yourself permission to agree and disagree. I might say some things that resonate with you. You might see something in the comments that you either resonate with or you don't resonate with. All of that's cool. All of it's safe. All right. So just take a deep breath. Everybody just relax. This is a safe space for us to huddle up and just have some real rap. All right. So before we get into our topic for the day, I always like to do connection before content. Connection before content is something that is big in restorative practices and just in the work that we do. And so before we do our connection question, we always start with a feeling check. I always like to start with a feeling check. So let's just pause for a moment, take a mindful few seconds to check in with how you feeling right now. All right. So just lock that in. If you don't know how you feel right now, I'm going to put the feeling chart on the screen, or I like to use a mood meter sometimes. The mood meter can kind of help gauge because sometimes we're in a hustle and bustle of our day and we don't know exactly how we feel. All right. So check the feelings wheel out or the meter or whatever. Lock in how you feel. If you want, share it in the chat. Put in the comment how you feeling right now in this moment. From there, I want us to answer the question: what is one thing that you want to bring with you from 2025? All right, so it's 2026 right now. 26 is January 1st to be exact. So what's one thing you want to take with you from 2025? All right, so just take a moment to think about that. For me, I would say I want to. I established some really good habits over this past year from a discipline standpoint, health and wellness, things like that. So I want to take all the good habits that I established in this last year and bring them with me. Come on over with me to 2026. All right. So if you know one thing that you want to bring over with you, go ahead and put it in the chat. All right. So what I want to talk about today, what I would like us to discuss and just think about, is this idea of imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome. Where have you been showing up and not authentically been yourself? This could be at work. It could be as a leader, if you're a leader, as a parent, or whatever. I don't know. But where are you showing up in your life and not authentically being you? For me, I want to say it's been this taking reapproach and the work that I've been doing live in person and bringing it to this online space. All right. That's been a struggle for me for it's almost been about 2 months now, or I knew I was feeling led to bring what we do in person and what we've been doing for over a decade now to the online space. And just wasn't really sure how to show up in that space. There's a handful of people that I really follow, that I really like their content. I like how they show up. I like how they deliver. I like the presentation and all that stuff. And for me, I just didn't know what that looked like for me. I didn't know what my voice sounded like. I didn't know what the brand looked like. And so I started creating some things and some content, if you will. And I don't know. Some of this stuff probably never even make it out. You know what I'm saying? Because I was trying to find my voice. I'm trying to find, how do I sound? How do I look? What do we talk about? And I was shooting videos and shooting content, but at the end of the day, it wasn't me. You know what I mean? It wasn't me. And so one thing I've learned, and not just in this space, because I have dealt with what's called imposter syndrome throughout my life in different areas. You know what I mean? The first place that I recognized it was in college, specifically in graduate school. I know I had it undergrad, experience it in undergrad, but I really felt it in grad school. I went to the University of Pennsylvania in West Philly. I just did not feel like I belonged when I was there. And some of it was me, a lot of it was just me on the inside, whatever, dealing with not being rich enough, not being smart enough, not being whatever, you fill in the blank enough to be there. But that was the first time that I recognized that it showed up for me. this imposter syndrome, but I've dealt with it at different levels, especially as I have grown in leadership. You know what I'm saying? It's showing up for me. Are you the right leader? Are you the one? Can you do this? But even as a parent, it's showing up. And so I'm gonna ask you, I want you to think about where have you shown up and not been authentically yourself. I heard somebody say, look, you might as well be yourself because everybody else is taken already. All the people that you look up to, all the people that you think are amazing, that are cool, that are whatever, that have things that you like or aspire to be, they already taken. So you might as well be yourself. You might as well be yourself. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to take a moment to really just think about that because we're starting a new year and we don't need, at least me, I know I don't need a whole lot of new resolutions. I don't need a lot of new goals and all that kind of stuff. And if we be honest with ourselves, some of that stuff that we even came up with that you got written down right now is not even you. It's not even you. It's stuff that you got from somebody else. It's stuff that you heard from somebody else. And it's okay to be inspired by other people and it's okay to be influenced by other people, if it aligns with our values and what God has for us. But as far as acting like somebody else or trying to be somebody else or trying to emulate or imitate an image, or maybe it's a collage of other people, you know what I mean? That's just something to really consider and sit with. And so I just wanted to circle up about that, just huddle up. This is going to be, something that I come on and do and that I like to share with you all. Again, if you hear you right there in the huddle, feel free to just add your thoughts into the comments. I want to close this huddle down uh, just with a reflection piece. All right, what is one area that I need to be more authentic? Ask yourself that. What's one area that you want to be more authentic in? You can hold that here, you can hold it up here, or you can share it in the comments if you want. All right. The last thing I'll ask, if it's something that you want to huddle up about, let me know. Reach out to me, put it in the comments. If something that you want to huddle up about, let's huddle up. I'm the reapproach coach. I'm here to try to help just reapproach how we interact with people, how we interact with leaders, how we interact with systems. And I appreciate you spending this time with us. Make sure you tap back in if this was helpful for you. If you like the huddle, tap back in with us. All right, we're going to be huddling up more often as we head into 2026. All right, peace.